So I'm going back to my 6x8 album for my girls' Disney trip, and I am going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of doing the sketch exactly, I have found this Vicky Bouton paper. And you'll notice this Vicky Bouton paper has this really cool diamond, and that is the shape that we have on the sketch that we're doing for Sketch to Sketch. So I'm using this paper, and then I'm going to be using this from Crafters Consortium and probably using mainly the yellows and the oranges and the greens. We're going to be scrapbooking a Halloween party picture and just mainly using those two things and some of the old embellishments I have. So we've got some Jolie's Boutique that probably, let's see if it has a year on here. It doesn't. Probably 10, 15 years old. Some canvas flair that's fairly new. Some old Tiny Tails vellum. Who remembers this? Loved these when they were coming out. 2005. 20 years old. 20 years old. Let's see if we can use it. And then I've got some ribbon, some purple and orange ribbon. And that's what we're going to be doing. So I will put you on fast forward. Let's see how this turns out. Forward. And basically, the first thing I did was cut down the Vicky Bouton paper to the right size. So for outside the page protector on the 6x8 album, it is 7 inches by 8 1/4. So for those of you that are doing page protectors, you would just do a normal. Typically, it's 6x8 1/4. But for those of you that are doing like a page that you're going to punch holes in, it would be 7 because you have to have a little bit of room for the holes to go into. So I cut that down to 7 by 8 1/4. And now I cut black 2 and 1/4 inch squares. And then I'm going to cut the colored paper, the really pretty green and orange paper, down to 2 inch squares. And I'm going to recreate kind of the square look of the layout with that those squares. And that's kind of the way I'm going to handle this particular layout. My photo is going to be not cut in a diamond, but in a normal square. So I do like how in the sketch the photos are diamonds. I just didn't have any photos that really could be done that way. And if you're thinking about how would I do that, the easiest way that I would do it is in a photo editing software and close and create the diamond in the photo editing software and then kind of flip in the image to make it a diamond. Instead, I just used an actual square. So you're going to see me attach all of these pieces of paper. I'm going really with the blues and the greens and the oranges. It really matches the photo I have, and it also just kind of evokes Halloween to me. I really like how that works. Now that one, I do have a little bit of pink, and I'm kind of over that, a little bit of purple pink, and that's still kind of Halloween. So now I have created all of those. I'm going to attach these, and I'm just using my eyeball. I'm not trying to make them perfectly straight. I'm not using a straight line. I know sometimes people watch that in my videos, and they get a little concerned. They're like, why didn't you get your straight edge out? Why didn't you get your T-square? I don't scrapbook for perfection. I scrapbook for fun. So for me, the idea of having to get my T-square ruler out was kind of stressful. So I did want to use these vellum stickers, and I wanted to use them in the place that she had kind of the title here and then the journaling to have a little bit of fun. Now, I think I said in the intro, these are over 20 years old, and I just wanted a few of the words. I used words like the witches fly and then trick or treat and children are laughing. I just thought it was a super fun way to kind of reinforce that this was a picture taken at Halloween, at the Halloween party. This particular album I'm doing is a 6x8 album of our entire trip. So every page doesn't have journaling. And I'm putting it together chronologically. It was a 5-day trip. So every day has a journaling block and then has the pictures from that day. So the day we go to the Halloween party, it'll be obvious that these are all Halloween party pictures. So I don't need to necessarily journal on here to say, hey, we went to the Halloween party and we saw Maleficent. I think it will be fairly obvious that that's what this is. So I am just attaching these vellum stickers there, and I was so excited just to get these used. I was so excited to be able to put them on a layout. Like I said, I've kind of been holding some of these Tiny Tales vellum stickers for 20 years, and it's just fun to get things on a page, isn't it? So my photos, I did have two photos to choose from. The one I'm not using is there on the bottom, and then this one, if you look at it, you'll see why I chose these colors. It's oranges and then that teal greens. All of the colors that I chose are the colors in that photo, and I just thought it went perfectly. Now, I kind of went back and forth on where to put this. I had spent all that time putting those vellum stickers there, and then I was going to have to cover up. And I wanted to do is only cover up the words that, that mattered, that didn't matter. So I did cover up trick or treat. I know it's there. I went to use these old Jolie stickers. I think we talked they're 10, 15 years old, and they did not come off very well, and they were falling apart. So I just used a few of them, and then I just ended up trashing them after that. They were not in great shape. I have this old Oriental Trading box of embellishments, all metal, brads and stuff for Halloween. I don't know if anybody else used to get the Oriental Trading Company catalog. I used to have one for all different holidays and different colors. I have used or gotten rid of or combined every other of these sets, but the Halloween one I still had enough that I kept it in the box. And then finally, I had these epoxy kind of stickers. They are from, I think, also from Oriental Trading Company. And this has just been a great layout where I'm just using product that I've just had in my stash forever. I really love how I stretched the sketch. I love the fact that it's not square, so it looks a little bit different. I love that I was able to find a piece of Vicki Boutin paper that already made the diamond shape, so I could use that to follow with my squares. I hope you're enjoying these layouts. If you need to stretch this sketch, please check out the people in the playlist, and you'll see a lot of different versions of it, from two-page to minimizing like I'm doing. And you're going to get to see a close-up of the page in a second, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.